Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
Hello, everybody. This is Marcia Hopkins, and this is Elevating with Marcia. Welcome to the podcast today, Elevating with Marcia. It's a great way for you to elevate your business with a guest appearance on Elevating with Marcia. I invite you to direct message me at Facebook or Instagram to learn how you can feature your business, product, or service with a red hot podcast. You can create superfans for your business. We're going to take an hour and we're going to deliver your personal message about your business in a podcast form. You can find the show broadcasted on XM 203, Sirius 217, and on the Sirius XM app at 967 Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can also find me on iHeartRadio, Amazon Audible, Stitcher, TuneIn, and my favorite, the American Forces Radio Network. Today's podcast is brought to you by Blue Wave Financial. Let Mike Athis help you start a new career in the insurance industry. To learn more, stop by bluewavefinancial.com. Mike is the best in the business. And myhealth-quotes.com. To learn how to navigate crucial information to ensure you're able to make a knowledge-based decision when it comes to selecting the right health or life plan for you and your family. It's really not advised to simply obtain an online quote without understanding the underwriting guidelines that you definitely need. Critical information is needed to ensure that you do select the right plan that you're actually qualified for. And elevatedmediaesq.com. Please stop by Facebook or Instagram at Elevating with Marcia. We post informative information, sports news, business, and lifestyle tips and ideas to help you elevate your business. Today's podcast, we're going to be talking to Colin McGahan, an extremely talented photographer. He caught my attention several months back, and someone had shared a post on Facebook, and I was quite impressed, to say the least. Incredible, actually, is an understatement. He has continued to amaze me with his talent. And I, for one, I'm very excited to have Colin on today's podcast. We're going to bring Colin back on the other side of Elevating with Marcia on XM 203, Sirius 217, and on the app at 967 Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Today's podcast features the talented Colin McGahan. Check out his website at colinmcgahan.com, and we're going to be right back with Colin on Sports Byline USA Radio Network.
The world is changing so fast these days. You ever feel like you're not keeping up personally or professionally? Enter Elevated Media ESQ. Elevating with Marcia allows you to advertise in a forum you never thought possible. They feature a business in an interview-type fashion, which is comfortable, amazingly affordable, and flexible. Not only that, the feature on your business is then formulated into a podcast for convenient, on-demand listening 24/7, 365. These times we're living in demand a different, clearer, more concise message. Does this sound like how you feel about how you market and advertise your business? Reach out today, no matter how big or small your business is. Elevating with Marcia is highly effective, and you'll be so grateful for the superfans she'll create. Email hello@elevatedmediaesq.com. Elevated Media ESQ, changing your business for the better.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, don't worry. There's a bright side. The experts at brightsidetaxrelief.com will protect you from having your wages garnished, money deducted from your bank account, and your home or business seized. BrightsideTaxRelief.com will fight the IRS and negotiate to reduce or eliminate the amount you owe. Visit BrightsideTaxRelief.com or call 800-730-4313. That's 800-730-4313. The consultation is free. Go to BrightsideTaxRelief.com now.
So, how can I promote my new curbside pickup service?
It's possible with Staples Connect.
I need custom floor decals that'll get noticed, not just walked on.
Also possible. Staples Connect can help your business grow with custom printed sales and marketing materials. Now get $10 off signs, banners, or posters when you spend $50 or more. Explore what's new at your local Staples. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. N73 valid in store and online. Visit staples.com/signage for details.
Gotta finish this today.
Cristiano's construction projects typically run smoothly, but this project's pipeline is about to burst.
Yo, boss, where you want us to put this? To the left. Your other left. John.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Between jobs, retiring, or just need health or life insurance, please visit myhealth-quotes.com or call 833-687-5261. Before you try to get a quote online, call us. We will provide you with the information most sites will not. We teach you exactly what life or health insurance plan you qualify for, how to use your plan, and maximize your benefits. We provide you with the information to make a knowledge-based decision to ensure selecting the right plan. myhealth-quotes.com to schedule an appointment.
All right, welcome back. This is Marcia Hawkins, and this is Elevating with Marcia. Welcome to my podcast today. Well, in sports, plenty of NBA action going on. The Aaron Rodgers saga continues. I'm wondering if he's going to be in Green Bay at the start of the NFL season. I guess it's anybody's guess at this point. Stephon Gilmore, will he remain on the Patriots roster? That seems to have some rumors going around the mill as it pertains to Stephon Gilmore. I'll be anxious to see what happens with that. And Mac Jones appears to be following in the footsteps of Tom Brady, showing up early for practice, seems very focused, very determined, and very much Brady-esque. We shall see, as Cam Newton, while tagging Mac Jones as Mac and Cheese. Cam, after all, is known for his hilarious nicknames. He is showing signs he's settling in at Foxborough. Bill Belichick mentioning he is miles ahead of where he was last year at this time. Now, I, for one, gave him a pass last year. He really does have a tough playbook. He signed late in this preseason, and several key players out with injuries and COVID waivers. And let's face it, the NFL season last year was anything but normal. So I'm super excited with the return of Dante Hightower. Much needed for the Pats defense. And I'm super anxious for the 2021 NFL season to begin. Let's see if Tom Brady and the Bucs can do it again. All right. For now, we're going to be talking with Colin McGahan, a photographer. He caught my attention, as I said in the intro, several months back. Many of you know I live in the foothills of Western Massachusetts, right at the base of the Berkshires. There's a very well-known stretch of road up in the Berkshires, close to, I guess it's the gateway into North Adam, called the Hairpin Turn. He had posted this most incredible photograph that he took, and I'm going to invite him to send a lot of people over to his Facebook page so they can see this photo. It's just incredible. And that really caught my attention. You know, they do say, a picture says 1,000 words. And that's kind of the feeling I get when I look at Colin's photography. He has the gift, I tell you. I, for one, am probably one of the world's worst photographers. I cut people's heads off. I'm not very good at it. I don't have the way of framing the photo or framing the picture or the subject very, very well. And he just, it has an incredible talent. So I'm very excited to have him on today. Colin, welcome to the program.
Hi, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate the kind words.
Your head won't fit out the door when I'm done. Yes, no, your photography is incredible. So tell the audience a little bit about how you got started in photography.
Yeah, so I want to say about a year and a half ago, I randomly decided to book a solo trip out to San Diego, California. I had never traveled before by myself, and I knew that I wanted to go out there just to explore, kind of find myself. And I knew that in order to do that, I wanted to be able to capture the sites that I was seeing. So I ordered my first camera. And from then on, it was just an obsession. I mean, every time that I have free time, I'm out shooting something, whether it's sunrise, sunset, wildlife, landscape, waterfalls, especially astrophotography in the Milky Way. So I became quickly obsessed with the art of photography and the experiences and the connections that it brings.
Yeah, as I said earlier, Colin, I mean, to me, music really invokes an emotion into people, and I will say your photography just kind of that resonated with me in that fashion. When I looked at like the hairpin turn photograph that it was just absolutely breathtaking. Then, unbeknownst to me, or maybe unbeknownst to you, I live on the Connecticut River, and several weeks after you caught my attention, you had posted an incredible photo of a bald eagle with a twig in its mouth building its nest. And I'm assuming it was down by the Sunderland Bridge. Am I correct on that?
It was actually up on Barton's Cove around.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, I wasn't sure exactly because I live, I'm kind of sandwiched in between two bald eagle nests. In fact, it's really incredible. I mean, a lot of people know that I'm a military mom. And when my son was deployed, I had two soldiers that came up and spent Memorial Day weekend at my house. And I was very upset when my son was deployed. It was a very hard time in my life. And they would come up all the time and spend time with me while my son was deployed to Iraq. And ironically, every Memorial Day, I always have these two bald eagles that will soar through my yard. It's just incredible. And what most listeners don't know is that those two soldiers both died in war, one in Afghanistan and one in Iraq. And never in a million years when I was, hosting them for Memorial Day and Thanksgiving did I ever think I would be going to Arlington National Cemetery to bury them. Luckily, my son made it home from the war, but that picture, just really, again, just spoke volumes to me. Really incredible. How did you manage to capture that? Did you just happen to be in the right place at the right time?
So yeah, the funny thing with wildlife photography is as much work as you can put in, a lot of it is right place, right time. I had been searching for eagles for months. I couldn't find them, whether they'd be too far away. I didn't have the right equipment, and I had just purchased a longer lens to be able to reach them. And I walked out on the ice at Barton Cove, and all of a sudden I see this eagle fly off into the distance, and I was like, oh no, he's gone. And then all of a sudden starts coming back and is directly overhead, probably 100 feet, 150 feet away from me. And I just started burst firing, clicking, and finally was able to get one frame that I was happy with.
Unbelievable. I've had a lot of people tell me that the best photography is taken off iPhones and, the Android phones. And I got to tell you, I'm not of that belief. Do you concur with that?
Yeah. I mean, as great as a tool a phone camera is, it just doesn't have the ability in a lot of situations to do long exposure stuff or get the reach with wildlife. I mean, in order to zoom in on something like that, you really need a lot of lens length, and yeah, it's very difficult to get a great shot with a phone, but it is possible.
Yeah, I've tried, and as I've said, I am probably the world's worst photographer. But I have so much wildlife in my yard. In addition to the bald eagles, I had a fawn burst in the backyard one night. Bobcats, fox, bears, deer. I mean, I have everything. I mean, you really should come down. You probably would be amazed at what you can photograph just on my property alone. Again, I sit right on the Connecticut, so It's just incredible. I had a deer in the yard yesterday. I had a bobcat the other night, fox. I have it all. It's like animal kingdom down here. So yeah, it's pretty incredible. But that bald eagle shot was just incredible. The way you managed to get the twig in his mouth and just, building the nest really was incredible. And also tell me a little bit about the fox that you photographed. That one was just amazing, and the story behind it.
Yeah. So again, another situation where for months I was chasing a fox in my neighborhood. I had really been wanting to find a fox den because, as most people know, in the spring, baby foxes and kits come. So I really wanted to get fox kits, and I was searching, trekking through the snow all winter, trying to chase this fox in my neighborhood. And every single situation where I'd run into him, he would give me a stare and then run away and disappear. So it was a very difficult situation. I actually gave up for a little bit. I went out west to Wyoming, and then I came back. And pretty much the day after I came back, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go find a fox. And all of a sudden, I was driving up into Coleraine, and on the side of the road by a farm, there was a fox, and stayed there, posed for me for about 30 seconds, picked up I want to say it was a squirrel, and ran back to where I assume is the den. So yeah, it was definitely one of those situations where right place, right time, especially with wildlife, it's so difficult to do.
So you stated your intention of what you wanted, and you got it.
Yep. Yeah, that was one of the one situations where I knew that it was going to happen. And if it didn't happen, I was just going for a nice ride. And it did end up happening. Not where I expected at all, but it happened. So I was very happy. Yeah.
That was quite a shot. Yeah, that was unbelievable. Like I said, I have them in my yard, but I'm not the one to take those photographs. They just don't come out they're always blurry. They just never look quite right. But yeah, you'll have to teach me a trick or two when it comes to photography, because I love doing it. I'm just not very good at it. All right. We are talking with Colin McGahan of Colin McGahan Photography. Check out his Facebook page. Just incredible, the work that he's been able to do. It really takes a lot to get my attention when it comes to photography. He definitely got my attention. All right, you can find me on XM203, Sirius 217, and on Sirius XM app at 967, Sports Byline, USA Radio Network, and we will be right back. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have you written a book? You can become a published author with Dorrance Publishing, the nation's oldest publishing services company. Countless authors have trusted Dorrance for nearly 100 years to bring their book to the market. Our professional team will edit your text, design your book pages, and create an appealing, eye-catching custom cover. Plus, our authors benefit from a custom book promotion marketing campaign that makes your book available where people buy books, like Amazon and brick-and-mortar bookstores. So make this free call right now to claim your free author's guide to publishing. Don't wait another day. Take one step closer to realizing your dream of becoming a published author and seeing your name in print. You've already written a book, so the next thing to do is make this free call right now to Dorrance Publishing and get your free guide to publishing. Call right now.
800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. That's 800-485-6003.
I'm going to tell you how you can get real health care for as little as $6 a day. Yes, now you can get affordable health care for you and your family immediately and save as much as 50% off your current monthly health care payments. Our plans are perfect for people that are self-employed, can't afford health benefits where they work, or just want to pay less for their current health care. And coverage is guaranteed regardless of your medical condition. We even offer some of the new Christian faith-based health benefits. Save up to 50% on your family's health care. Make a free quick call now. There are no contracts, and we give you a 10-day money-back trial period. Call Provision Enrollment right now for your risk-free, guaranteed health insurance quote starting at $6 a day.
800-472-5145.
800-472-5145. That's 800-472-5145.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down. 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Elevating with Marcia, my podcast here on XM 203, Sirius 217, and on the Sirius XM app 967 Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can also find me on iHeartRadio, Amazon Audible, Stitcher Tuned In, and the American Forces Radio Network. Today's show is brought to you by Blue Wave Financial. Let Mike Athis help you start a new career in insurance. Stop by his website at bluewavefinancial.com. Mike is the best in the business. Check out myhealth-quotes.com. Learn how to navigate crucial information to ensure you're able to make a knowledge-based decision when it comes to selecting the right health plan or life insurance for you and your family. All right. And also swing by Elevating with Marcia on Facebook or Instagram. We'd love to have you stop by. We post the podcast on there as well, and all sorts of information to help you with your life and your business. Today, we are talking with Colin McGahan, an extremely talented photographer, caught my attention on Facebook several months back, and he continues to just dazzle me with some of the work that he's been able to post on social media. So, Colin, before we get going in this next segment, let's tell people how they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, so you can either find me on Facebook at Colin McGahan Photography, Instagram as well.
Can you spell that out, Colin?
Yep, so it's ColinMcGahan, and just Colin McGahan Photography on Facebook or Instagram, Colin_McGahan. That's primarily where I do a lot of my connecting with people on Instagram. I also have a website. It's colinmcgahan.com. Or Twitter is Colin McGahan as well.
Perfect. Yeah, you definitely should check it out. His pictures are incredible. Now, we talked a little bit before the show. You're really not a huge fan of doing weddings or people. You know, I'm on Facebook for work all the time. And one of the things I've noticed is that there's a lot of, maternity photos going on, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, if that's your wheelhouse, that's terrific. But that's not really the direction you're going in for your career. Is that correct?
Yeah. So primarily a lot of my work is landscape photography or nature photography in general, and trying to do fine art work with my photography just as a way to share nature and the beauty of the area that we live in or our country or wherever I am, or the universe with everyone, especially if people aren't able to get out and experience it themselves. I get a lot of comments from people who unfortunately are not able to physically or monetarily get out and explore. And I love to be able to do that and share what I'm seeing or the emotions that I'm feeling when I'm exploring with people.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just incredible. Yeah. Again, there's nothing wrong with people that want to do, weddings and maternity photos and all that. There's plenty of them out there, but I noticed that you did not, kind of delve into that. You seem to be very unique and very niche in what you do. Now, I know we've talked about the wildlife that you've photographed. Talk a little bit about how did you manage to get that photograph of the hairpin turn in Massachusetts? People from this area know exactly what I'm talking about. It's an incredible stretch of road that it almost seems like it's death defying. I know when I've gone up there for work, I always I always cringe when I get to that part. It's a beautiful, beautiful view, but it is a very treacherous road, especially in the wintertime. So tell me, how did you manage to capture that shot? Because that shot was just unbelievable.
Yeah, so I have a drone, and I love to use that up in that area, just because of the roads tend to wind, and you can capture these insane perspectives that you can't get from the ground. So for probably weeks, I was chasing the right conditions up there. I was waiting for snow. We had a little bit of a late start, I feel like, to winter this year. Any snowstorm that we would get, it would snow, and then everything would be gone, or it'd be too wet or too windy. So I went up to the hairpin multiple times and tried to get the same type of shot over and over and over again. And finally, again, I got something with conditions and stuff that I felt was something that I was proud of. Definitely a lot of my work is chasing the right conditions, and with Mother Nature, it's really hard to predict things or rely on the right conditions, but it's right place, right time with a lot of photography, especially nature photography, and hoping that you get the scene that you want, or the scene that you imagine when you're thinking of the photo.
Now, am I correct? You went up there really early in the morning, correct?
Yeah, so I think I woke up before sunrise, and I was up there. It was very early morning. I was up there for a few hours before work, and it was snowing like crazy up there. It was crazy because up there they had about 8 inches of snow at one point, and down in the valley there was maybe a half inch of snow. So it was
up there for sure, weather-wise.
Yeah, it's tough to gauge the way weather is going to be in general.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I would imagine, for people who have, lived in the Berkshires or even Massachusetts that are very familiar with that stretch of road, that would make an incredible, and I know you sell prints of your work, but what an incredible gift for somebody to purchase that and frame it and send it to someone who no longer lives here. I know they have candles from your home state that you can send to people as a gift. That stretch of road is very famous, if not infamous, for people that know Massachusetts, know that area. It's just an incredible shot. I hope you'll repin that photograph on Facebook and Instagram so people will be easily be able to find it when they go to your Facebook page, because it really is an incredible shot. I love your wildlife. I love all the pictures that you do. What are some of the other subjects that you like to photograph?
A lot of waterfall stuff. I'm always chasing waterfalls on my days off. That's a really fun way to get out, hike, explore nature. A lot of the times you're sitting there by these massive waterfalls by yourself. It's a good time to reflect and kind of throw the worries away. But other than that, astrophotography is my real big calling. For some reason, from the time that I picked up a camera until now, I've been obsessed with trying to photograph the stars, whether it's the Milky Way or just constellations, the moon, stuff like that. It's always been my go-to, trying to chase dark skies and chase the Milky Way, as we call it. It can be difficult to do, especially in areas where there's a lot of light, but there's nothing better than sitting under the stars on a clear night, just alone, looking up and just throwing everything away that was bothering you that day, and really exploring the universe.
Right. Now, I do also know that you do product photography. So for somebody that has a business that needs professional photographs for their website, or, if they're taking, I know what goes into some of the photographing of, like, a hamburger for a shoot, for any type of advertising. So you also do that as well. So if anyone's looking for product photography, you do that, correct?
Yep. So I've worked with a few family friends on starting product photography for their businesses. And then also on the side, I've done a little bit of like brewery work, just freelance stuff for social media, with just different beer advertising and things like that. But definitely, I think that with social media these days, everything is all about color and attracting the eye to whatever you're trying to sell, especially in product photography. So really blending in with an environment, as I do most of the time with my product photography, and trying to showcase the beauty of the product is definitely something I focus on.
It's not easy though at all. It really isn't. That it's very. I mean, I know when several years ago when people were uploading stuff to eBay and all. I mean, there really is an art to it. Again, a lot of people think they can grab their iPhone or Android and just take a picture, but there's so much that goes into that. So, yes, if anyone is looking to have photography, product photography done for their business, definitely give Colin a shout on Facebook or through his website. Remind everyone your contact information again.
Yep. So I'm on Instagram, Colin_McGahan. DMs there are great. Facebook.com, Colin McGahan Photography, and then ColinMcGahan.com, or hello@ColinMcGahan.com as well.
Okay. Can you spell your last name just so everyone can get it correct?
Yep. It's McGahan.
Okay, perfect. Colin, I'm excited. On the next break, we're going to talk a little bit about the cause in which you donate some of your proceeds to. But we do need to take a quick break. This is Elevating with Marcia on XM203, Sirius 217, and on the app at 967 Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can also find me on iHeartRadio, Amazon Audible, Stitcher, Tuned In, and my favorite, the American Forces Radio Network. A huge shout out to our military. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk with Colin McGahan about his photography and the cause that's near and dear to him. Again, this is Elevating with Marcia on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. We'll be right back. If you're not using podcasting for your business, you will. Not having a podcast is like not having a website. Hi, this is Marcia Hawkins of Elevating with Marcia on Sirius XM Channel 211, the Dan Patrick Channel. You can get your business on my podcast. It's a great way to create superfans for your business with a controlled message in a news format. What better way to get in front of your intended audience, your clients, your customers, or patients? Please contact me at hello@elevatedmediaesq.com about getting your business on my show, Elevating with Marcia. We also can create a personalized podcast that you can use on your website or social media channels. Contact me at hello@elevatedmediaesq.com and join me on Elevating with Marcia on Sirius XM Channel 211, the Dan Patrick Channel.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 5560 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 5560. Enjoy.
I want to tell my dad he's the best, but not with a coffee mug.
With Staples Connect, it's possible.
How about great tech that my dad can figure out without my help?
Definitely possible with Staples Connect. Staples Connect has amazing prices on the best Father's Day tech. This week, Apple AirPods Pro are just $199, and iPads start at only $299. Explore all the innovative tech at your local Staples store or at staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. N619, limit 2, in-store only.
Between jobs, retiring, or just need health or life insurance, please visit myhealth-quotes.com or call 833-687-5261. Before you try to get a quote online, call us. We will provide you with the information most sites will not. We teach you exactly what life or health insurance plan you qualify for, how to use your plan, and maximize your benefits. We provide you with the information to make a knowledge-based decision to ensure selecting the right plan. myhealth-quotes.com to schedule an appointment.
All right, welcome back. This is Marcia Hawkins, and this is Elevating with Marcia. Welcome to the podcast. Today, we are talking to Colin McGahan of Colin McGahan Photography. I strongly urge you to check out his Instagram and Facebook page and his website. Photography, again, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, his are worth millions. It's just incredible. I've often equated his photography with music. Music always invokes a certain emotion with people. I see countless photographs on Facebook and Instagram, as everybody does. His is a lot different. He just has the knack. I mean, you talk about someone chasing the shot. He just embodies that, right from the get-go, just getting up early, traveling to find, subjects to photograph. But he definitely is incredibly talented. Honestly, Colin, I see you up there with Life photographers or Getty photographers. Your work really is that incredible. And I don't usually get moved by too much on Facebook or Instagram, to be honest. But you definitely caught my attention, and hence why I had to have you on this podcast. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Like you said earlier, my head's going to be not able to walk out the door after that.
Well, you're very talented. And what I really find it kind of exciting about your work is that, you kind of fell into it. Like you said, you traveled off to San Diego, you wanted to capture it, and all of a sudden you realized you really did have a knack for it. Like I had a friend that came to this cookout at my house one time, and she's an amateur photographer, but she's actually quite good. But she likes to take photographs of nature, and she also likes to take photographs of her kids. And when she's at an event, you can always hear her camera clicking in the background. But one day I saw her taking a photograph I had made some ice cream cones, and we had put them on like an ice cream cone tray. And she was taking these pictures, and I'm like, what are you photographing? She was like, the way these ice cream cones are melting, they just look incredible. And I got to tell you, Colin, these pictures were just amazing. Like I would never look at melting ice cream cones and think, this is a subject I want to photograph. But that's kind of her niche. And she's actually quite good at it. But she does not do it professionally by any stretch of the imagination. So I sure hope that you are parlaying this into something much bigger, because you really are quite talented. I want to make sure that everyone knows how to get in touch with you. So if you could, again, let people know your handles on your social media and, of course, your website, that'd be great.
Yep. So on Instagram, my tag is Colin_McGahan, COLIN_MCGAHAN. Facebook, I am Colin McGahan Photography, colinmcgahan.com, and you can email me at hello@colinmcgahan.com as well.
Perfect. And I definitely encourage the listening audience to check it out. It really is quite incredible, especially if you're from New England and you know about the hairpin turn. That shot was just incredible. The wildlife, the shot that you got over Beacon Field of Point Seat Tower with the flag at lowered, and the moon. Oh, just incredible. I'm jealous, Colin. I am, like I said, nobody would ever hire me to take a photograph of them. I just am not very good at it. You definitely have to have a knack for that. And I got to ask, did you go to school for this? Or is this just something you picked up?
No, this is all self-taught for the most part. Thankfully, with the internet these days, there's a lot of great resources and free resources on YouTube. So I learned a lot about just processing and editing on YouTube, and just like the compositional elements you should look for in a photograph. Also made many connections through social media that people who I am going to be able to call lifetime friends that are extremely talented photographers in their own, that have shared their knowledge with me, whether they had professional experience or just hobbyist. I think that the one good thing about photography is you can always learn from people, whether they just pick up a camera or they've been doing it their entire life. So I have a lot of great friends that I've been able to learn from, and who have shared a lot of their knowledge with me. And I intend on doing the same with people in the future.
Self-taught. I love that. Self-taught with a mentor. I love that. Doesn't get any better than that, I tell you. I mean, I'm sure you're familiar. There was a photography school in the area for several years. It's no longer in business anymore, but it almost seems with iPhones and Androids that people are kind of getting away from, going that route. And they are doing. I mean, I know for myself, I fixed my husband's tractor on YouTube, believe it or not. So you can learn quite a bit off the internet. That's the good point about social media and the internet and all of that is the stuff, the information that you can glean from some of these videos is just incredible. So that what a great story that is. So let's talk a little bit about your cause. I noticed it on your website, so I'd love for you to explain to our listeners a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So funny thing about social media. I want to say 5-6 years ago, I had followed a photographer, an astrophotographer, who was a huge Patriots fan on Twitter, and he was always pushing the International Dark Sky Association, and I had no clue what it was. And then finally, as I started to get into astrophotography work, I had messaged him. We became friends, and I pretty much became very involved with the International Dark Sky Association. So for those of you that may not know, light pollution is kind of a forgotten form of pollution, especially in our area. I mean, light at night there's a lot of negative effects for the amount of light that we use. We often think that more light means more safety, or where it's really not the case. And the IDA and the International Dark Sky Association attempts to spread awareness about the effects of light pollution, whether it's on ourselves and our health, or nature, and then our ability to see the night sky. It's very difficult in most areas, especially in New England, to find places where you can actually see the Milky Way. When you're, say, downtown Boston, you can only see a few stars and maybe some of the brighter planets. If you're up in the Berkshires, you can see a lot of the stars, but there still is a great deal of light pollution. So the IDA tries to spread the message of responsible lighting and saying, hey, if you're not using a light, try to use the correct type of lighting to either shield it down or turn it off if you don't really need it actively. There's a lot of impacts on wildlife and nature that are migrating at night. I know there's been a lot of case studies with birds traveling and migrating from south to north or north to south and being thrown off based off of city lights, say Philadelphia or New York City.
Interesting.
So there's a lot of environmental and even health impacts of light pollution and the amount of light that we use, especially at night. And we're essentially throwing billions of dollars of electricity use up into the sky to just light the bottom of the space station, and that's about it. So yeah, it's definitely a cause that is near and dear to my heart. So any print sales that I make, I donate 10% of the profits to the IDA, and I'm an advocate as well for the International Dark Sky Association.
Interesting, and I'm embarrassed to tell you I knew nothing about that prior to checking out your website and learning more about it. So I thank you for all that information, because education is key in learning about things, and just an incredible topic. I'm embarrassed to admit I didn't know anything about. I apologize for that. So the awareness is great. So give out your website again. I know that you have some information about that on your website. So just again, what is your website?
Yep. So it is colinmcgahan.com. I'm actually going to be launching my first official print collection on my birthday, July 4th at 12 Eastern time. I'm handpicking some images for that that I think really will evoke some emotion in people, whether it's night sky stuff or just regional New England type photography stuff. And each image comes with a story behind it that is near and dear to my heart. So,
wow. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 24, going to be 25 in a few weeks. So.
Wow. Well, let me be the first to wish you a happy birthday on July 4th.
Thank you.
Wow, you sound very well rounded, very grounded, very focused. I love the fact that when you were talking about trying to get that shot of the fox, how you kind of threw it out to the universe as to what you wanted. I'm a huge proponent of that. I mean, I really believe, thoughts become things, and you really have to kind of stay grounded in that sometimes. And when I was probably, I don't know, maybe in my late teens, I remember thinking, there's probably nothing that I cannot accomplish if I don't put my mind to it. So I'm a very focused, very driven person in that respect. And I remember several years ago driving down the highway, I had a revelation while I was driving that, everything that I truly wanted, and I mean truly wanted, I've been able to obtain. And it really is, I'm very laser focused on that. And I see a lot of that in you as well. Is that accurate?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I love to put the energy out there for the things that I want to accomplish. And I'm a strong believer in manifesting the things that you want. And just attracting, by putting out good energy, you're going to get good energy back. And a lot of times it may not seem like things are going to come to you right in the moment or when you want them, but in due time, whenever timing is right, everything happens for a reason. So.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, I've been a believer of that my entire life, believe it or not. I remember when I was 11 years old, I declared, I remembered I was playing records. I'm dating myself. I was playing records, and I remember thinking, I really want to go to California. Like, I definitely want to go to California. And believe it or not, for my birthday, I found out I was going to California. It's kind of a long story. I don't have time to get into it, but it really is amazing when you make a declaration and you put that positive energy out. That is exactly what ends up manifesting for you. And so, yeah, I see a lot of that in your work. And yeah, it's just incredible. I'm very, very impressed with you, Colin. I'm so glad that I was able to get you on the program today. But we do need to take a quick break. This is Elevating with Marcia on XM 203, Sirius 217, and on the Sirius XM app at 967, Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can find me on iHeartRadio, Amazon Audible, Stitcher, TuneIn, and the American Forces Radio Network. We will be right back.
Do you have a story to share? Your story. Lifetime Private Autobiography Services can help. We will interview you by video or phone to get your memories in your words using your pictures. Our staff of talented writers will then recreate your story into a beautifully handcrafted book. You'll receive 10 individual copies for friends and family to enjoy for generations to come. Visit privateautobiography.com to schedule a free consultation. Mention this ad for a bonus audio recording from your personal interviews. To get started, visit privateautobiography.com or call 844-921-2802. That's 844-921-2802. Remember and be remembered with this gift of a lifetime.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I did and said things that the sober me never would have done. One day I realized I was not invincible. I was not exempt. And that's when a friend told me about Elite Rehab Placement. They gave me the tools I needed to get sober, and all it took was the one phone call.
Elite Rehab can help you start to break your addiction problem and get sober in as little as 7 days. And we'll work with your insurance provider to help cover the costs. Plus, we have travel assistance programs to get you here by plane or train. Make this free call right now to learn more. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. That's 800-403-5912.
Hello and welcome back to the Ronnie Deutsch Tax Program. On the line is Paul from California. Hi, Paul. What's your tax problem today?
Hi, Ronnie. Love your show. Listen, I've got a big problem. You see, my paycheck was garnished last week, and I'm only getting half the normal amount. To make matters worse, the IRS froze my bank account. Listen, I'm embarrassed and scared. I need some help.
Listen, Paul, you don't need to feel embarrassed. You just need some tax help. And the great news is the IRS has some unbelievable programs that can eliminate your tax debt so you don't have to worry about having your paycheck garnished or your bank levied. Doesn't that sound great?
It sure does, Ronnie.
Then do yourself a huge favor and get a free consultation right now and tell them the tax lady sent you.
855-715-5721. 855-715-5721. 855-715-5721. That's 855-715-5721.
All right, we're out in two, and I want to thank you for tuning in, and thank you, Colin McGahan, for joining me today. Please check out his website and social media. Another podcast of Elevating with Marcia is in the books on XM 203, Sirius 217, and on the Sirius XM app at 967 Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Find me on iHeartRadio, Amazon Audible, Stitcher, Tuned In, and the American Forces Radio Network. Today's show is brought to you by BlueWaveFinancial.com, myhealth-quotes.com, and Elevated Media ESQ. Stop by our Facebook or Instagram page at Elevating with Marcia. We post informative information, hot sports news, business and lifestyle tips, and ideas to help you elevate you and your business. If you're interested in featuring your business on Elevating with Marcia, we can share informative and helpful information. Podcasting is red hot right now and productive. It allows you and your intended audience to listen when it's convenient for them. It allows for multitasking. It creates relationship building with your audience. Let's face it, nobody promotes your business better than you. And with a passionate and clear message about your products, services, or cause. The 1 hour podcast will allow you to connect and create super fans. Your podcast also helps with providing rich content that you can utilize on all your social media channels. It's a powerful marketing investment and a strategic means to link your business with new customers and clients. If you're a business owner looking to market your business with a podcast, direct message me on Instagram or Facebook. That is all for today on Elevating with Marcia, Sports by Light USA Radio Network. Remember, always, always be in the minute to win it and make it a great week. Adios.